Persuasion involves the ability to move people in our direction, to increase the probability that they will say yes without changing the merits of what you are offering one bit. We have become the single most uncertain environment in the history of our planet because there's so much change. And here's what happens when people are uncertain psychologically. They take a half step back from you and the opportunity to move forward.
How do we persuade people? How do we motivate people to move in our direction?
How do you optimize the delivery of your case? What do you put into your message to get people to be more likely to say yes to it? My research suggests that there are 6 universal principles of influence.
The first is reciprocation, or reciprocity.
Second principle of influence is scarcity, liking and rapport, commitment and consistency. The principle of authority, social proof or consensus. There's a 7th principle of influence that my research has now uncovered, the principle of unity. If you include one or another into a message, a persuasive appeal, or a communication, you significantly increase the probability of assent to that message. The same thing that you're offering, you say it this way, and this many people say yes. You say it this way, and this many people say yes to it. I answered a knock on my door, and I found someone, a man, who was asking me to contribute to a cause. I gave him more money, twice as much as I normally do to people who come to my door with good causes. And I remember closing that door and leaning against it and saying to myself, what just happened here? This guy didn't use any of my principles. And then I realized he had used persuasion. Persuasion opens the door to persuasion. It's not what you put into your message, it's what you put into the moment before you send your message in the first place.
These aren't things that emerge as best practices within the organization. You have to know the behavioral science to hone your message properly.
If you can just change a word, or you can just change the order in which you present 2 words, or the phrasing of how you characterize your case, that's all. A small change that produces big effects. There's a great return on investment. It's not a financial investment. It's an investment of your time and energy, and you need that. You need that in your information overloaded, stimulus saturated environments. You need to have those things that give you the biggest impact that will lead to the greatest persuasive success.